Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Matt, and today is the day early enlisters got to get their hands on the full release of Battlefield 1, and I gotta say, I'm pretty fucking tired right now. I've been playing it since it launched around 9 PM, you know, hopped on a server with Pwnstar and we ripped shit up all night, and it was a lot of fun. But today I just want to talk about the reason why this game goes above and beyond what we expected. There are a few changes that I think the game needs in terms of gameplay elements, as some of them are pretty broken. The behemoths need to be nerfed, as it's rewarding the losing team because they're bad, and Suez needs to be taken out of the game and thrown into a fucking garbage bin, or at least reworked into a playable map, but not every game is perfect. But here's why this game takes my pick for favorite Battlefield of all time. Number one, the setting. I think DICE nailed it this time around with the setting. Although this game isn't, you know, muskets and bolt action rifles and shit like that, it does feel like you're playing a World War I set game, which is obviously what they, you know, set out to accomplish with Battlefield 1. The atmosphere of this game is unbelievable in both multiplayer and single player. The new elements in this game, like the changes in classes and the addition of elite classes that are, you know, World War I centric, adds to the entire experience of the game in a positive way, I think. The player models and weapons are what we would imagine for the early 1900s, even though most of the weapons are prototype form. The setting is what really splits this game apart from any other shooter coming out within the next few months, and I don't think anyone could have done a World War I game better than DICE did. Number two, the launch. Within nearly 9 hours that I put into this game since it launched, I haven't noticed really any bugs, glitches, or any game-breaking exploits, you know, besides behemoths and shit like that. This has to be one of DICE's smoothest launches in a long time. Reason being, they probably can't afford another fuck-up like Battlefield 4, which didn't really get fixed until a year after the game actually came out. The only thing that I've really noticed are a few crashes here and there, but I think that's due to the drivers not being out for all the GPUs all around, so hopefully this will solve the problem. So far, feedback from the launch has been fantastic. Everyone seems to be enjoying it so far, but only time will tell. The addition of a steady and stable launch to this game makes it so much less frustrating to play for long periods of time. Everything seems to be going smoothly. Let's hope it stays that way. Moving on to number three, the single player. I made like fucking 9 videos now on the single player, and I'll probably make another one exclusively for the single player. And speaking of single player, I'm gonna drop the playthrough on my channel, as it's simply not doing as well as I hoped, and it isn't really worth the 2-hour render and upload time that it takes to get it to you guys. So apologies to the few of you, like 20 people, that actually may have cared. But back to what I was saying. I still have not completed the campaign or the single player or war stories or whatever you want to call it, but I have to say DICE really nailed the storytelling on this one. The gameplay is non-repetitive, the cinematics are interesting, and the characters are pretty likable so far. There's a lot of wit that I noticed in the single player, and a lot of, you know, clever and well thought out story moments that I've seen so far, but I won't spoil them as it's kind of a dick move. The only gripe that I could really say I have with the single player so far is how fast it moves. The first set of missions where you're in the tanks and stuff like that seem to have lasted way longer than those that I'm now playing 2 chapters forward, but there isn't really any lack of detail whatsoever, so that's a good thing. But the pacing is really quick, so just keep that in mind if you're planning on playing the single player. I know some people just skip the single player entirely and just head over to multiplayer, but if you're not a really single player, you know, type person, I really suggest you try and check this out. It's a lot of fun to play. Number 4, the maps. Besides Suez, fuck Suez. The maps in Battlefield 1 are fantastic. There's, you know, such a variety when it comes to the maps that you don't really find in games anymore. Everything seems so generic nowadays. But there is a really nice split to the setting of each map in this game. You have the 2 desert-focused maps, which really aren't my favorite at all, as that seems to be, you know, the general consensus I've picked up on so far throughout the time I've played. I don't really like desert maps. I prefer snow maps and forest maps and stuff like that, but that's just me. Some people prefer desert maps or like desert maps, and that's okay. And then you have maps like Argonne Forest and Monte Grappa, or however the fuck you want to pronounce that, which are just kind of big, beautiful maps that play out really well, sometimes in my opinion. There's also a really nice variety in terms of combat. There are big maps with close quarters areas, and then there are more, you know, close-knit maps like Argonne Forest that pit you, you know, barrel to barrel with most of the time, but there are parts that open the map up, like the right side of the map's trenches and the central bridge where the armored train rolls through. I'm really enjoying the map so far, and I'm pretty excited to see what kind of maps we'll get with the new DLCs in the future, and what free maps they kind of give us in December. And last but not least, number 5. This one's surprising. Battle packs and skins. Now I know this seems kind of odd because, you know, I've bitched about this plenty of times in the past, battle packs and such, but I think DICE really thought it over and reworked the system and the way they wanted to present battle packs. They are awarded to players now randomly rather than being bought with real money, and, you know, not so premium now. There is an in-game currency system called war bonds that you get while ranking up or scrapping skins you may already have, and I think it's a fantastic system that keeps players wanting to get these battle packs dropped. Some of the skins are really cool. It does make you feel, you know, special having some of these nicer skins in the game. They look really awesome. There are also the puzzle pieces that you have a small chance of unlocking through these battle packs. If you get 5 of the puzzle pieces for one of the 2 exclusive melee weapons, you unlock it. Simple as that. This gives players an incentive to play the objective. In a sense, these battle packs are random, but after playing in the same server for a few hours, it did seem like both top players on each team did receive a battle pack drop. Not to say that you won't get one if you suck at the game. They do drop randomly otherwise at the end of each and every game, so random amount of people will get them. They aren't that special, but it's kind of cool when you get a nice skin in them. But those are my 5 reasons why I think Battlefield 1 has really outdone itself in terms of how stunning the game actually is. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you did, make sure you drop a like down below and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Twitter and whatnot is down below. Follow me for all the latest updates on videos and shit of that nature. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna try and get some sleep now. I'm Battlefielded out for a few hours. Don't play Suez, and as always, thanks again for the last fucking time, guys. I'll see you later.
Once upon a time, not long ago, when people wore pajamas and lived life slow, where laws were stern and justice stood.